We are following severe storms across the state, including some large hail in the foothills, storms in the city, a tornado warning out east, 2 of them. Parts of Colorado once again dealing with the threat of hail, rain, and damaging winds. Video from Genesee showed the hail falling nearby Evergreen. People saw golf ball sized hail. The storms are moving out east, where we're talking about the possibility of tornadoes. Here's a live look east from Elizabeth of a tornado warned storm in Kiowa. There was also a scare when the Denver's Office of Emergency Management sounded off tornado sirens by accident. We're going to have more on that in a moment. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Christensen.
And I'm Phil Lipoff. Departures to DIA are grounded. Arrivals are delayed for about 60 minutes is what they're telling us right now. We're bringing you team coverage tonight. Mark Salinger is out east chasing these storms for us, keeping an eye on them. But we want to begin with Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin with the latest conditions. And Kathy, you say you have 2 tornado warnings right now?
That's right. 2 tornado warnings, 2 tornado warned storms, a storm that's dropping 2-inch diameter hail. We're under a tornado watch here in Denver until 9 o'clock. Also a weather impact alert. This cell in Elbert County has shown signs of rotation on radar. We have not had a confirmed funnel cloud or wall cloud, but tornado warning continues for Elbert County and Kiowa through 5:15. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning surrounding it for areas like Agate, outside of Kiowa, and up toward the Byers area. This cell is moving quickly. We'll be in the Agate area before long and in Lyman before too long. And in Denver, we've had heavy rain and lightning, but out on the eastern plains, these storms could collide, becoming a supercell that will last late into the night. Here's where the 2 tornado warned storms are in conjunction with Denver. Storms are tracking from the southwest to the northeast, and wow, is there a lot of lightning. Thunder roars go indoors. Lightning can be very dangerous this time of year, but we're also talking about large hail, 1 to 2-inch diameter hail. Again, tornado warning for Kiowa, and we have a tornado warned storm north of the Byers area. This out until 5:30, so you can see where Denver is and where the warned storms are, and they are tracking to the east at about 20 miles per hour. In those areas, we want you to take cover, take shelter in the lowest level of the building until the storm passes. Lingering showers around Brighton and Lockbuoy, but this is a cell that is just particularly dangerous east of Kiowa now, up through Byers, along a line that is capable of dropping a tornado at any time. The hail has been crazy. Look at the hail path over the last 2 hours. And what you're seeing in the vivid magenta, those hailstones are probably 2-inch in diameter, if not more. So very active afternoon of weather. Hail reports in the foothills, 1-inch diameter in Lakewood, Arvada, and Broomfield. Showers moving out of Denver, but we're still dealing with hail out around the Kit Carson area. I'll be back in just a bit with another radar update.
Thanks, Kathy. 9 News reporter Mark Salinger has been out chasing the storms today. He is now in the Bennett area. You keep going east, northeast, Mark, so tell us what you're seeing.
Yeah, we have just moved through east of Bennett and now heading towards Strasburg. I want to show you what we are looking at right now. The storm is right in front of us as it continues on that northeastern trajectory here. The roads are wet, but there's no rain coming down right now. We've seen really heavy bands of rain coming down over the last several hours with the storms moving through Denver International Airport, through the metro area, and now making their way to the eastern plains. We've also seen some of that big hail. We saw a lot of cars stopped underneath the roadway overpasses, which is obviously a terrible idea in the middle of all that traffic that can cause some serious crashes if everything goes wrong. But these storms now moving on their way to the eastern plains, as you heard Kathy talk about earlier, if they collide and create that supercell, that's when you could have these storms go late into the evening. But for now, a little bit of calm maybe within all these storms as they make their way further out east past the Bennett and Watkins area as we continue to track them out east. Live in Bennett, I'm Mark Salinger, 9 News.
Thank you, Mark. The city of Denver admits it made a mistake, and it's a mistake that likely freaked out a lot of people today.
Oh, absolutely. If you were in Denver, you likely heard this tornado siren ringing while we were under a tornado watch at the very time.
Denver, these are tornado sirens going off right now. We are not under a tornado warning. To be clear, we are not under a tornado warning in Denver right now. This is this should be going off, to be honest about it. So just want to be clear, sirens going off. There is not an imminent tornado threat as I record this at 4:08 p.m. on this Monday, June the 8th. So again,
That's why our weather impact team is so important, and it's the last thing they should have been doing this afternoon with all of the storms that they've been tracking, but they did want to clarify it. Those sirens rang, even though there was no tornado warning in Denver. A watch is different than a warning. The Office of Emergency Management says they sounded inadvertently.
9 News reporter Steve Steger is so familiar with this. Just add this to another long list of errors from the city when it comes to emergency notifications, Steve.
Really, Kim and Phil, this is the third time in less than 6 months that Denver sent out a citywide alert that it didn't mean to. Twice now, the city has accidentally blasted out emergency alerts to phones across the city when they didn't intend to do that, and now this tornado siren. Denver has tornado sirens scattered throughout the city. They're relics of the old Civil Air Patrol. They were initially used as air raid sirens, and since then, they've been adapted to tornado sirens. Though in a press release last month, the city said that they would use them for a broader stream of threats like catastrophic flooding and destructive thunderstorms. But again, they say this shouldn't have gone off, and now we're working to try to get more information about why it did. Back in January, the city accidentally blasted out an alert about a standoff happening near DU to the entire city. Back then, they blamed that on a software glitch. Then in April, they say someone in the dispatch center accidentally sent an all clear message for another active threat out to the entire city. In April, the head of public safety told me the department was focusing on training and figuring out why these mistakes keep happening. So I guess you can add this one to that list. Live in studio, Steve Steger, 9 News.
And again, just a reminder, Steve, that these things are important. We want people to pay attention, but then they start saying, you're crying wolf.
Well, and you worry about the confusion for something like this, right? Because a tornado siren, we know in Denver, they do not have the capability on the sirens we have here because they're so old to send out a warning message along with that, where you'd hear a voice giving you instructions on what to do. It's just that siren. And so typically that noise means go inside. What we want to try to clarify with the city now is hearing that they're talking about using this for all sorts of different kinds of threats. How do you distinguish catastrophic flooding from a tornado siren? Because the actions people need to take in those situations are completely different. It just seems like the city needs to be out and answer some questions about what's going on with their emergency alert system.
Yeah, a list of questions from you. Okay, thanks, Steve.